Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we've got another very interesting How to Train Your Dragon set. You can see we have the World of Berk Book of Dragons multi-pack. Now this is pretty interesting, and I'm quite intrigued to see these because I did recently acquire a set of minis, and I don't know for sure if these are exactly the same minis or not, but I definitely want to find out. This set, though, I will say is actually fairly cheap, as it's only like $12.99 on Amazon, so that's definitely not half bad. But I'm pretty interested in this one. Not a whole lot really going on with the set, or at least as far as the box or anything goes. So we're just going to cut this tape and then we'll open it up. And you can see as we pop this one open, you've got a very interesting shot of Toothless over here. Let's pull everything out. Everything's falling out. So we've got like the book again, like it states. We also have a card here, which shows us, I think it's showed us Gronkle, if I'm not mistaken. And then we have the dragons, of course, over here. We have, okay, I see. We have both of those guys. And then we've got the card that does have that really cool imagery there for How to Train Your Dragon. And then here on the back, yes, it was a Gronkle card. Look at that. That's super cool. I love the art for this. And also giving you some information on the dragon itself. So I'm going to pop this open as soon as I figure out how to pop it open. Oh, I just popped it open like that. And yes, Gronkle is hiding inside. So as far as the actual book goes, you can see it does have the How to Train Your Dragon symbol here on the front of the book. It also has some really nice texturing. It is just a solid brown color. Has like almost like a scaly sort of effect on the inside of the book, which is pretty cool. And then basically you turn it around, it has pretty much the same thing here on the back. As far as the dragons go, you can see they do come unassembled, so we're just going to bring them all out. I'm going to assemble all of them. You can see we do also have the cards for the others as well, so I'm going to assemble these guys and come right back. So we've got them assembled. Here are the cards. You can see the Deadly Natter card. Again, I love the art on that. That is super cool. Of course, the other side is just the same image. And then we as well have Night Fury here, which is also super nicely done. Again, the Toothless version has an awesome card as well. And then our dragons. Now, what I really want to basically decipher from this is, are these the same dragons that we have in the other set that I had reviewed? So if I bring in the figure that I got of Gronkle from that set, I think it's safe to say that it is definitely the same figure. So doesn't look like there's really any difference. Of course, these are like hand-painted figures, so the paint may be slightly different, ever so slightly different. I think actually the underside almost looks like it does have a slightly different tone of color to me. This one just looks a little bit lighter. Yeah, so maybe they're not exactly the same as far as the color goes, but again, being hand-painted, they may be. I'm not entirely sure. So for the most part, though, it looks pretty much the same. So we've already gone over that figure. When it comes to Toothless, here's the Toothless from the set that I previously reviewed. Here's the Toothless from this set. And again, I think it's safe to say that they are the same figure. Overall, they definitely look to be the same. Yeah, same shape with the tail. Everything looks to be the same between these two. So no differences that I really noticed there. And then when it comes to the Deadly Natter, yeah, same case again. They are definitely the same figure. You can see the head is positioned exactly the same way. The legs, the wings, everything is exactly the same when it comes to these two figures. So just something to keep in mind. If you do already have the other mini set that I already reviewed, then you definitely don't need to grab these guys, because it's just really not going to do a whole lot for you unless you want to display them in this very interesting diorama. So that's pretty much the main selling point of this one. So you take a card and then you basically just slide it right in here, if I can get it in. There we go. And now you have the kind of How to Train Your Dragon backdrop. You also get a clear peg that you want to use to attach to your dragon. So in this case, we're just going to go ahead and throw this up into Gronkle. And then you pop that on, and let me go ahead and actually readjust the camera here just for a little bit of a better angle. And now you basically create yourself a pretty cool little diorama of the dragon. You can move that around a little bit. It's going to pop out, of course, if you go too far, but you can just basically move that around to display your dragon, and it does look pretty fun again, and it's something you can do with each of the different dragons. If you pull that one off, yes, Toothless has something on him right there, but you can also do the same for Toothless, and now display Toothless flying on the little backdrop there on the stand as well. So it's pretty neat. Again, it's not anything overly impressive or overly crazy, and I really don't think that there's anything else that we really need to go over when it comes to this set, because we've already gone over the dragons in the past. We've taken a look at the cards. We now see what the diorama aspect of this set is about, so I think that's probably all we really need to do. This isn't any type of like an amazing or incredible set, but it is kind of fun for what it is. It's just something that, again, if you are a fan of the dragons in the film, and maybe you don't want that larger set that does include a little bit more, or you just really want to create a pretty fun diorama, then you can grab this set. Again, as I already stated, it is only $12.99, so it's not half bad, and you get a few dragons with it. So if you are interested, I will include a link in the description to where you can grab this on Amazon.com. So check that link, go grab this if you want it, and like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.